By 1453 the Byzantine Empire was finished. The walls were crumbling, the treasury was empty, the enemy was already outside the suburbs, and someone made the very reasonable suggestion: you should probably leave. The emperor declined. This is the story of how choosing honor over survival sealed the fate of Constantinople and turned ending into a legend. Let's start with reality. By the 15th century the Byzantine Empire was not an empire. It was one city, a shrinking population, a memory held together by walls. Constantinople was magnificent but alone, surrounded, outnumbered, underfunded. This wasn't a coming collapse, it was a scheduled one. Constantine XI Palaiologos became empire in 1449. He inherited no army worth naming, a fractured Christian world, an empire on life support. What he did have was a title, a city, and history watching, not the best starting position. In 1453, Sultan Mehmed II arrived with tens of thousands of troops, massive cannons, a navy, and a time. The Ottomans had technology, the Byzantines had walls. Very old walls, impressive but still walls. At several points during the siege, Constantine had options. Foreign ships were nearby, escape was possible, exile was survivable. He could have lived somewhere on a farm, ruled elsewhere, preserved the imperial line. History gave him an exit. He refused. This wasn't stubbornness. The Byzantine emperors were more than rulers, they were symbols. To abandon the city was to admit the empire was dead. Divine protection had failed. The imperial role was meaningless. Leaving might save the man, it would destroy the office. Constantine chose the office. As the siege dragged on, supplies vanished, defenders thinned, morale collapsed. The walls were breached, repairs became impossible, the outcome was no longer in doubt. Still Constantine stayed. No escape attempt, no negotiations, no dramatic exit, just waiting. On May 29, 1453 the Ottomans broke through. Constantine XI removed his imperial regalia. According to accounts he said something close to "the city has fallen and I am still alive," which was not acceptable. He charged into a battle and was killed. Nobody was ever conclusively identified. The empire ended without a surrender. Constantinople fell either way, but Constantine's decision changed how it ended. There was no exile court, no competing emperor, no surviving symbol of continuity. The Byzantine Empire didn't fade, it just stopped. Was the decision right? Strategically, no. Personally, also no. Symbolically, absolutely. History doesn't remember emperors who flee, it remembers emperors who stay too long. Constantine XI chose honor over survival. It didn't save the empire, it didn't change the outcome, it didn't stop history, but it gave the ending clarity. Some systems don't collapse quietly, they chose a final moment even when escape is available. Constantine XI could have lived on a farm. Instead he became the last line in the 1,000-year story, because when an empire is already gone, sometimes all that's left is deciding how it ends. Hit like, subscribe, and next time we'll look at another leader who refused to leave and why survival is sometimes the least important option.